don't know what I'm making this for, or what I'm even going to call this, but I just realized that the reason why I have not been able to fall asleep yet is because on the way over here, we stopped at a gas station, and my fiance wanted to show me this bubble tea that they had that I didn't know that they sold at the gas station. So I wanted to grab some. And I forgot that bubble tea has caffeine in it, so here we are. I just kind of decided to stay awake and think. Hold on, take a bite of this food. I don't know what this is, but my fiance made it, and it is so delicious. It's like potatoes, rice, and something else. Some spices and stuff. It's good. It's a loud car. Today was an interesting day, but also not at all at the same time. I woke up. Oh, so I have a pretty bad video game addiction, right? And for the last few days, I've been just cut it off completely just to see what happens. I've been so productive, you guys. It's kind of crazy that when you free up all this time that you've been using for something that is pretty fun, not gonna lie, when you free up all that time, it just feels like you have so much more opportunity to do things. And I think in my past, I've always just used video games as a way to pass time that I don't want, that I want to get rid of. Hold on. My forehead is itchy. And I would just... It's crazy too, because the video games I got hooked on the most, I didn't even buy. I'll give you an example. So, when I was probably in like 5th grade, up until that point, I had pretty much been hooked on a bunch of Ubisoft games like Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, I think, the first one, and a bunch of Nintendo games like Mario Kart or Super Smash Bros. Or, lots of Zelda. I played a lot of Zelda. And one day we went to GameStop, and my mom, she picked out this game that I had heard of, but I'd never really saw anything about it. I didn't really know what it was about. And it was a little game called Skyrim. You may have heard of it. At first, I didn't really play it much. I played it for a bit after watching my big sister play it, and I was really confused, but also very intrigued. And then it started. I went down the YouTube rabbit hole of all things Skyrim. And then I gathered all of the knowledge whatsoever that could be gathered about Skyrim, and I put it in my brain, and then I played Skyrim with this knowledge, and I had the mindset of playing this game the most efficient way possible, you guys. Like forever. And that's just kind of how I've approached games and just things in life in general. But this also had a downside of every time I would start a character to play Skyrim, I would very rarely ever get past the first few quests because there would be something that I did that I could have done better. So I would never just reload a save. I would start all the way over from the beginning. And the beginning became the back of my hand. I knew it word for word. I can voice the entire intro to Skyrim right now. Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were caught trying to cross the border, right? Hold on. Okay, I can't voice all of it because I haven't played it in a while. But I get the gist. I know the gist of what everything happens. You're on a wagon. You're with Ralof. He's in front of you, and on the right of you is Ulfric Stormcloak, who is. This doesn't matter. This is so irrelevant to anything that I'm trying to talk about. That's how bad this addiction was, you guys. And I've seen people with over like 10,000 hours in a game. I think that's crazy. That's an entire year. Staring at a screen. Having a lot of fun, but you're still staring at a screen. Nothing's getting done. You're having awesome adventures, and you're technically gaining life experience. But it's not real life experience, it's life experience in the eyes of a life that's not real. Ooh, that reminds me. So another game that's like Skyrim is Fallout, which is very understandable because they're made by the same company, Bethesda. And in this game, there are these people that you can have follow you around. Hold on, I'm gonna take another bite of this food before I forget to. Damn, that's good. So, you would have these people that follow you around if you either get to a certain point in the story or you just find them out in the world and then they're like, hey, need anybody to travel by your side and watch your back and carry your stuff? Heck yes, I do. Come on. And so then they can just kind of follow you around and then they'll judge you based on your actions, on what you do, whether it's in a story or in a quest or just out in the world. Like, sneaky followers they'll like it when you steal stuff or when you ask people for extra money when doing jobs for them. And more good-hearted followers will not like that stuff. And when you do those things, they will like you less, and your relationship with them goes down. Now, through this process of like kind of right and wrong, I've kind of gotten a sense of a moral compass throughout my childhood, and it's a lot more lenient than it used to be whenever I was little. Because I grew up and I went to church every Sunday, not by choice. My grandma would force us to, otherwise we'd be grounded. There are a lot of things that I was taught that are right and wrong in that aspect, but as I've gotten older and gotten a mind of my own, I've realized that most of it is just a way to control how we think and act to keep us in church and to keep giving them money. Now, I understand that religion and church are two different things. People can have a religion and they don't have to go to church. They can still have that religion, and that's fine. People can go to church too, and that's fine too. But I don't know. Church has just left a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe it's because I was forced to go to it whenever I was very young. Or maybe it's like the things that my mom would find out about our religion that were very hush-hush. That were quite very bad. I grew up as a Mormon, or I guess they're called Latter-day Saints now. I haven't gone to church since before COVID, and I'm gonna keep it that way as of right now because I don't really see a reason to. My dad still kind of goes to church. He was a Mormon missionary when he was younger, but the only reason why he goes to it now is just to like socialize because he's got not really much else to do. And when you devote so much of your life to something for so long, it is so hard to let that thing go. Even when you have undeniable proof that it's not is not helping you at all, and it's not moving you forward throughout life whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying that's what religion is, but that could be, if I wrap this around in a neat little bow, what video games are. So I've played video games my whole life, pretty much. I literally cannot remember any point in my life where I haven't touched a video game in the span of a month. I think the earliest memory I have is whenever I was around 2 years old, running around in diapers. I heard a noise. Never mind. And also, it's like, what time is it? Sorry, I accidentally checked the time and it cut the video. My bad. It's 1:53 a.m. right now. And I took a melatonin, so I'm just kind of waiting for that to kick in. I forgot what I was even talking about. Why did I make this video? Oh, I wanted to start making YouTube videos more regularly. That was part of the thing that I was thinking about when staying up this late at night. And I also had this idea to start a podcast. And over the years, I've had 2 or 3 people say, when they've heard me talk about stuff, that I would make a great podcast and that they would listen to it. So I'm taking their advice, kind of, not really. I don't know how to make a podcast, but maybe I'll look into it one day. I just graduated high school like last year. I've had a job for the last 5 or 6 months, and it's been going pretty good, but it's part-time, so I've got a lot of time on my hands to just not do anything or play video games. But since I'm not doing that much anymore, starting like the day before yesterday, fingers crossed I keep that up, I have a lot more free time. So maybe I'll start doing this, depending on how this goes. This isn't the only video I'm gonna make, obviously. I'm gonna do this for a while, and I'll see where it takes me. But who knows, maybe this is the start of a new beginning that could be very long and prosperous and mildly entertaining, mayhaps. Maybe I could tell you guys some stories about what happens to me at work, or I could just post a video of me playing games with my friends, or just talking with them on Discord, or it's another car, or maybe just about life in general, kind of like this one. We'll see. If you're still watching at this point, thank you. I'm sure, I'm very happy that I was able to make this captivating enough to keep your attention for this long. I know I'm not doing a very good job right now, but I'll try to get better. This is my first, real my heart's racing. I don't know what that sound was. I'm gonna go. Have a good day or night, whatever it is. And maybe I'll see you at another time in your life, perhaps.